Welcome back for another Wreck at Home activity. Jarrod here, back again with another activity, this one from our Mother's Day activity kit. For more information on activity kits, or if you haven't got one or you want to get one, check us out at Salinas Parks and Recreation, Facebook and Instagram. And you can also watch these videos on YouTube as well. So with that said, let's get into the supplies of this kit. This activity is a paper rose. We're going to make a flower we can give to our moms, or flowers, depending on how you use the kit. So in it, you're going to find 3 sheets of tissue paper, various colors, which you're going to use to cut into strips. You're also going to find some pipe cleaners. There'll be a few of these. You can use some scissors to cut. We'll get into that later if you want to. And in the brown bag that the kits come in, you're going to find a little cup of glue in a small sandwich baggie. This is going to be shared with another activity in the kit, so just be mindful of how much you use. You won't need a lot of glue for this activity. It's just a little bit at the top of the rose, and we'll also touch base on that too. Now, there are a couple things that are optional. You can use them to make it a little easier. You don't have to. First of all is scissors. Remember, if we're going to use scissors, make sure we get permission or get some help if you need it. You can use this to cut your paper into strips. You don't have to. You can always rip it. It's just a little easier sometimes to use scissors, as well as a ruler, something you can kind of measure with. Okay, kind of want to keep our strips at roughly the same size if we can. It doesn't matter if it isn't, and we'll also get into that too. Just, we roll this rose up. If it's uneven, then that's okay. It just gives more of a flower effect. Okay, so once we got into the supplies, we'll go ahead and we'll make a rose. Okay, the first thing we want to do is take some precautions because we are using glue. So if you're not in a place where it's okay if it gets dirty, we want to put something down that we don't mind getting dirty. We've got a little piece of paper here taped down. Okay, so with that said, let's get going. So I've taken the liberty of going ahead and cut out a strip, roughly 2.5 inches wide, the length of the tissue paper. Now, first step, you're going to need your glue. Now you're going to want to take the top edge and you're going to fold it over gently, about 1/4 inch. Doesn't have to be exactly 1/4 inch. You just want to leave yourself enough room at the bottom. Okay, now you're going to take this and with the tip of your finger, if you have a paintbrush at home, that's perfect, but this doesn't need too much glue, so we're going to use the tip of our finger. You're just going to go ahead and lightly dab some glue so that this fold over sticks. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that and we'll move on to the next. All right, so once you've done that, you're gonna let that dry. Give it a few minutes to let dry and we'll come back to it. And then we're gonna repeat this process again by folding this edge over about the same width as we folded down before and gluing that down as well. All right, so give yours a chance to dry and we'll come back and glue some more. Okay, we're giving it a few minutes to dry. It's still a little damp, but that's gonna help us a little bit with the next part, which is the same exact thing. You're gonna fold this line over so we double up at the top. And then we're just gonna press it down. And the still damp glue is going to help us. And if you feel like you need to add a little extra because it's not quite sticking or yours dried a lot more, that's fine. Just add a few more dabs of glue where you feel like you need it. This one looks like it worked out pretty good for us. So we might add a dab or two, but for now, we're gonna let this dry all the way, and then we'll move on to the next spot. All right, so while we wait for that to dry just a little bit more, this is where we bring our pipe cleaners in. So now there's a few ways you can do this. You can cut a bunch of strips like this, do them over, and you can roll multiple strips around a single stem and make a nice big full rose. Or you can do some rose buds, which are a little smaller, but still give the same effect. And you can cut these down to give yourself more stems to do that. So the way you would do that is just fold it in half to where you get it end to end, and then you would cut in the middle. But for the purpose of this one, we're just gonna go ahead and fold it and give it a little twist so it doesn't come apart on us. And then up here at the top, we're gonna fold over. Now you're gonna do this either way. So whether you twist it, cut it, leave it whole, however you wanna do it, at the top, whichever you choose to be the top of your stem, you're gonna wanna fold the end over to give yourself like a little bulb. Kind of a little bulb like that, okay? And that's gonna kind of be your measuring stick as to where you start to roll your strip. All right? So we're gonna go ahead and get our strip back in here. And this is the point where you're gonna place your stem to where the top kind of sticks over the top of the paper, just a little bit. And you're gonna take the end of it and you're gonna try to put most pressure on the bottom of the paper, and you're just gonna roll it over until all of the paper is rolled up, okay? So we'll go ahead and roll ours up and we'll show you what it looks like. All right, got our rosebud rolled up. Now, like I said, you can use multiple strips and you can keep adding to this and adding to this and adding to this if you would like. Or you can do a bunch of these little rosebuds and just give a little rosebud bouquet. Now there's one little last thing at the end. Once you rolled it up, you're gonna bring your glue back in a minute and you're just gonna get a little dot on your finger and you're just gonna dot so that it sticks together. And then once it dries, you'll have your rose. All right, so that was our paper rose. As you can see, we got another rosebud that we did a little earlier. So you can do this and just keep adding to your rosebud bouquet, or you can use more of your paper strips to keep adding to your flowers and get some couple of larger flowers, more fuller flowers. Either way works. It's up to you. You use the kit how you see fit, okay? So to all the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. Don't forget to wish your mom a happy Mother's Day. And let's have some fun with the Wreck at Home activities, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.